थँक यू व्हेरी मच. दोन्ही माझ्या मैत्रिणी आहेत, जशा तुम्ही मैत्रिणी आहात. Informally we chat on cricket many times, but this is a formal chat. So, friends, what a pleasure. All of us clap for women's cricket team because dream came true. Winning the World Cup was the utmost thing. But this is a very, very long journey. It's more than 5 decades. Shubhangi and Nilima, question to you both. When you started playing cricket and what was the first reaction from the society and from your parents?
Actually, when cricket was not heard of for women, and I have been fortunate, rather I was forced into playing cricket. My brother's friend, who is Narendra Nikam's elder brother, we played together in वाडा सिस्टम दॅट वी हॅड. आपल्या एका 2 वाड्यामध्ये आम्ही क्रिकेट खेळायचो. जो कुठला गेम असेल तो खेळायचो. आणि सो इट हॅपन टू बी क्रिकेट ॲट दॅट टाईम. अँड ही सॉ मी प्ले विथ बॉईज अँड ही सेड, my brother is starting women's cricket in Pune, so why don't you send her? My mother and my brother fought with me that you should go and see. Why aren't you going? I said, no, women fight, so I don't want to go. All the time I was playing with boys, so I said I don't want to go. But anyway, I was fortunate that they forced me to go and play cricket. And that time police ground was the ground where women would play cricket. So I went there and then I fell in love with this game.
And with Ramsar Hotel too.
Yes.
I always liked playing cricket. So as a kid in our colony, I used to play with the boys. When I went to school, we didn't have cricket as a game. I mean, at that time, women didn't play cricket. So hockey was the next closest game to cricket. And I took that up. My elder 2 sisters, Vijay and Bharati, so St. Joseph's had a very good hockey team. In fact, we used to beat most of the school teams and, we would win the inter-school competition. And we had a lot of international hockey players also. So I started playing hockey in school. But somewhere around when I was in the 10th standard, my mother read an article, and my mother knew I liked playing cricket. So she read one article in the newspaper where, they said that the Maharashtra State Women's Cricket Association is going to organize a coaching camp at police ground. So whoever was interested was asked to go there. And my mom took me to the ground. And once I enrolled myself, that was where my journey for formal cricket began.
शुभांगी अँड निलिमा, क्रिकेटचं असंच असतं. वन्स यू स्टार्ट प्लेईंग क्रिकेट आणि क्रिकेटच्या प्रेमात पडलं की संपलं, म्हणजे खलास, त्याच्यापुढे काही नसतं. बट जस्ट द मास्टर ऑफ सेरेमनी टोल्ड अस दॅट यू वर ॲट एज 13. We talk about Sachin Tendulkar. He started playing for India at the age of say 15 and 16, and this girl started playing cricket when she was 13. This is truly amazing. Nilima, it must have been tough to start with.
Actually, yes. When I went to police ground at that time, all these baseball players, that is how it started actually, women's cricket. When they ask, this is a talk about women's cricket, how the journey started. So they used to play baseball, and Maharashtra team went to play baseball to Lucknow, I think. And on the way back, they had to change the train at Kalyan station, and they were playing cricket there because that was the only thing. Baseball they couldn't play there, so they were playing with the bat. Baseball bat, they were playing cricket. And then that is the time they thought, okay, we should contact the organizers in Lucknow, and Mr. Sharma came in the picture that time, and Narendra Nikam and whole lot of his friends by and by we'll take their names because they are instrumental in starting women's cricket in Maharashtra. And Mr. Sharma, he started it in this thing. We'll eventually come to that. But that is how women's cricket was thought of in Maharashtra. And when I went there, that time Madhukar Tapikar used to be a coach there. And he refused to give me catches because it was with a season ball. He saw me and he said, no. I said, what am I doing here if I'm not taking catches, if I'm not allowed to play? So I luckily saw the wicket-keeping gloves there. I said, if I wear those, will you give me catches? And that is how the wicket-keeping journey started.
I just want to say one more thing. So the journey of women's cricket actually began on a railway station.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Because both of them are brilliant cricketers, legends, and trade-wise, it was also very tough trade because being a wicket-keeper, and Shubhangi, I appreciate her even more because she was a leg spinner. अरे बाप रे बाप, मुलींनी क्रिकेट खेळायचं हेच इतकं अवघड होतं आणि त्याच्यात शुभांगी, you were a leg spinner.
I actually had no choice. Nilima knows this story very well. I started off as a medium pacer, and when I attended this camp, my medium pace was not as good as the faster bowlers, you know. So in fact, the first series that I played more as a batter, and I didn't get bowling at all. So I was very upset because I wanted to do something. I wanted to bowl, I wanted to bat, I wanted to field. You know, I didn't want to just stand around. So when I came back, I said, this is not going to work, you know, because I'm not ever going to be considered as a medium pacer. So I thought, let me try off spin, let me try leg spin. And when I started bowling leg spin, that was very difficult for the girls to play. And I did it one day, I did it a couple of days, and then I said, yes, this is what I should do, you know. And that's how I stuck to leg spin.
Actually, I would like to add a few things here because this is very interesting, and someone who takes up, who realizes she was a businesswoman right from beginning. You know?
That I agree with you. That I agree with you.
So what happened, three of us got selected for the Indian camp to go, and Shubhangi was not selected. Three being Ujjwala Nikam, and Kalpana Tapikar and myself. We went to the camp in Calcutta, and Shubhangi was not selected. She didn't waste her time, you know. It is how you take the opportunity, even the failures, you take it into your stride and see what is good for her now. And she realized that pace bowling won't do. And that's when she practiced so much, like we were where we were at the camp. But she turned out to be a leg spinner. She practiced so hard, she just said it so simply. But it is a hard task. You can also vouch for that, that leg spin is not easy. And
one of the toughest art, I would
yes.
say. Yeah.
And she started turning the ball right angle, and for that you require whole lot of practice, and 1 month of camp here was her camp alone. She practiced that so much that rest she can tell about the West Indies series, because that is interesting when she made her debut.
When I started bowling, this was in 1976 when the West Indies team came to India. I don't know whether you all know. The West Indian men's team were known for their fast bowlers, you know. They had a battery of
ferocious fast bowlers.
Ferocious fast bowlers. But our spinners were also well known, you know. Mm-hmm. So when they came to India, they were huge girls, you know. And obviously, I mean, we were a little worried about their pace. But the first inning, when we started bowling, we realized they couldn't play spin bowling at all, you know. So in the first inning itself, I got 5 wickets, and then after that that whole series went off so well for me that whatever I had practiced, like, in the months before that, all bore fruit after that. So there was never any looking back once, I started performing that way. And yes, that is how it was.
या मुली हुशार कशा होत्या त्याचं अजून एक उदाहरण देतो. यांना प्रॅक्टिस हवी असायची आणि टफ प्रॅक्टिस हवी असायची टफ गेम्सच्या अगोदर. मला या दोघींनी कधी रुपाली वैशालीत जाऊन डोसा दिला नाही, एकदा दिला. ते सुद्धा बिझनेस मीटिंग होती. ज्योती तुला खरंच सांगतो, बिझनेस मीटिंग काय, सुनंदन माझ्या डोक्यात एक आयडिया होती. म्हटलं काय, आपण एक एकत्र मॅच खेळूया. म्हटलं नाही, आम्हाला जरा महत्त्वाच्या मॅचच्या अगोदर टफ प्रॅक्टिस पाहिजे, आपण एक एकत्र मॅच खेळूया ज्याच्यामध्ये टीम डिवाईड असेल, म्हणजे हाफ बॉईज हाफ गर्ल्स असे करून 11 जण खेळायचे. आणि आम्हाला तुम्ही मैत्रीण म्हणून किंवा लेडीज म्हणून आम्हाला तुम्ही हळूवार प्रॅक्टिस देऊ नका, चांगले जोरात खेळा, बॉल लागला तरी हरकत नाही. आणि वी हॅड प्लेड अ मॅच ॲट SP कॉलेज. आणि म्हणून मी म्हटलं की दे आर व्हेरी शार्प गर्ल्स, आय एम टेलिंग यू. जस्ट during this talk we mentioned about few of the grades, administrative grades I would say. Sharma ji, Nikam sir, Tapikar sir, you must also talk about them because those were the guys who helped women's cricket to nourish in the first phase, and now we are seeing this real picture.
Yeah. So Sunandan, what you say is absolutely right. In the initial stages, there were no funds in women's cricket. So when Mahendra Kumar Sharma started it, or we had even Mrs. Pramila Bai Chavan, who was our president, Maharashtra's president. She was also here. Then Narendra Nikam, Tapikar and Dhumke. So these are the names from Maharashtra that come to our mind straight away, because they actually spent from their pockets, to keep the game going. For nearly 35 years, till BCCI then took over women's cricket.
And Shubhangi, those guys hosted teams from Australia and England and West Indies. That was amazing.
Actually, that was what हे माहेरघर आहे पुणे, हे women's cricketचं माहेरघर आहे.
Yeah.
कारण first nationals were played here. Even the first exhibition match was played here between Alu Bamji's Mumbai team and our team. And first international match at that time, of course, we felt that it was an international match, and we played it here. And in fact, that time Narendra Nikam and all of them, they were young boys, college going boys, and they left. I'm sure they would have had lot of opposition from the families around. Because what are you doing? No, I'm looking after women's cricket. What women's cricket? This would be the conversation, definitely. And they left their colleges. They pursued that later because they were good administrators themselves. So really hats off to them. We won't be sitting here. Women's cricket where we see
Correct.
Today won't be here if not for these people, pioneering people who thought of women's cricket. Amazing.
Actually, those were the days when, so Ujjwala Nikam was the first captain of the Indian team. Later on, we got to know that those were unofficial matches, but she led the Maharashtra team also for the longest time and the West Zone. So her brother, Nilima's mother, would go as a manager. So it was somebody's brother going. My sister went as the joint secretary. So, it was family and friends who got together and kept the game going.
Shubhangi, that is one thing, but raising funds, they paid from their pocket to organize a cricket match in India. That was truly amazing.
Yeah, so I think in the initial stages, Mr. M.K. Sharma, he was the founder secretary of the Women's Cricket Association. Looking at all the enthusiasm, the girls were enthusiastic. We had a lot of spectators, and the media also gave good coverage. So looking at all that and getting the International Women's Cricket Council membership, he was motivated to invite the foreign teams. And actually at that time, like you said, Sunandan, there were no funds. So people, there were some sponsors, but a lot of times they actually had to dig their hands into their pockets and, spend on their own. So, somebody would ask their fathers to break their fixed deposit, somebody would ask, their friends to put in funds, and that is how they kept the game going.
I would like to add here, like we are talking about Narendra Nikam families and others. Mahendra Kumar Sharma, again, from UP, see how difficult it must have been in those days to get women to come out and play anything in front of, it was really amazing that he got his team to Pune to play cricket, which no one knew of. And I'm telling you, Shubhangi's family, we must give a lot of credit. She will not herself say it, but she said once we were so short of funds, we were playing President's 11 in Bangalore, and Shubhangi's sister, Vijaya Sharma now, she had bangles in the morning in her hand, and she didn't have bangles when we sat in the bus.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So this story no one will tell, but this is what the sacrifices this family has done. Her father used to host our dinners, international matches, and etc. I mean, I can go on about it.
But actually, this was the case in most of the states. So, everybody just pulled in whatever they had. So I don't think anybody, deprived the girls of playing. And the best thing in India was that we kept the game going, and the association. So there are many times when we say that the girls spend from their pockets. But when you compare this with what it was, the international players. The international players had to pay everything from their pockets, whereas our association, whether it was the states or it was WCI, at least spent, a major part of it.
कारण दोन गोष्टी मला इथं अगदी अभिमानाने सांगाव्याशा वाटतात. यू वोंट बिलीव्ह, पण मेन्स टीमच्या अगोदर विमेन्स टीम वर्ल्ड कप खेळलेली आहे, माहिती आहे का तुम्हाला? कमाल आहे, खरोखर कमाल आहे. दुसरी गोष्ट जे कौतुकास्पद आहे की आपण जेव्हा मॅचेस वेस्ट इंडिज, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, इंग्लंड यांना होस्ट केलं, आपण आपल्या असोसिएशननी त्यांना हॉटेलमध्ये ठेवलं, आणि तुम्ही टूरला जायचा तेव्हा कुठं राहायचा?
आम्ही हॉस्टेल्समध्ये राहतो, युनिव्हर्सिटी
हॉस्टेल्स, युनिव्हर्सिटी हॉस्टेल, अँड विथ सम फॅमिलीज, विथ फॅमिलीज.
Yeah. So the first tour that we went on was in 76, New Zealand la. Nilu, how old were you? 14, 15. So titha utarlyanantar we got to know that we were all going to different families. And we were quite surprised because over here when the foreign teams came, we put them up in hotels. So they didn't have funds, and they just billeted us. So the ones who were vegetarians went to the Indian houses. Some of us who were non-vegetarians and who could speak English, we went to the New Zealanders' houses, and we would meet straight on the grounds.
अरे बापरे, कमाल आहे, कमाल आहे. When you listen to these stories, this is truly amazing, Shubhangi and Nilima. We have to take a cut and go to the next stage, because women's cricket was struggling for funds, for exposure, and then there was just one door to be opened, and that was getting associated with the BCCI. Shubhangi, it wasn't that easy.
Yes,
speak out because
so this
नाही बोलत नाही ही. आणि अजून एक आहेत, तुम्हाला त्यांचं नाव कदाचित माहिती असेल, शरद पवार म्हणून आहेत. या दोघांनी मिळून ती फिल्डिंगला शुभांगी सांगितलं पाहिजे.
So in 2005, actually I was the secretary of the Women's Cricket Association of India between 2003 to 2005, and somewhere around 2003 we got to know that the International Women's Cricket Council and the International Cricket Council was going to merge. And the mandate for all the boards at that time was, once ICC takes over, all the boards have to start women's cricket or merge women's cricket in those boards. So we expected BCCI to merge women's cricket. as a secretary, when I started talking to them, they were not interested. So, it came as a bit of a setback for us because all the other countries had already either merged or were in the process of merging. It took a lot of effort to eventually convince, and if it wasn't for Mr. Sharad Pawar, I don't know how many more years it would have taken for BCCI to finally start women's cricket. But yes, it was a very stressful time at that time, and eventually when it happened, that was a turning point for, ICC and IWCC merging itself was a turning point for women's cricket all over the world. But BCCI and BCCI starting women's cricket was a huge thing for the women's game in India.
I think before, just one step before she met, how she met Sharad Pawarji is an interesting story. And that time we were helped by one actress. That is very interesting because that is how you got to know him.
So one of the things that happened when I was the secretary of the Women's Cricket Association, the first couple of series I was able to raise funds because I had my friends and all helping me. We got some in-stadia rights. But eventually we ran out of that, because there weren't sponsors coming forward. So there was this West Indies team which was supposed to come to India. And obviously you plan for, a couple of years. So West Indies was scheduled to come to India. And suddenly last minute, the sponsor backed out. And I didn't know what to do as a secretary. It was my responsibility to, ensure that the team...
हिचे केस काळे होते मला वाटतं.
Yes. So that's when Mandira Bedi had come to watch one of our matches just before that. And, when I spoke to her, she said, anytime you all have any problem, you must let me know. And I told her, our biggest problem is raising funds, So she said, if I can help you out at any stage, let me know. I suddenly thought of that and I gave her a call. And very sweetly she came the next day. She called up a couple of people and she said, can you come to Mumbai tomorrow? I said, yeah. So then she said, yes, we might have a sponsor. Why don't you just come over? I went and we met this company and they agreed to sponsor this West Indies series. Till then, the couple of weeks before that, when this main sponsor of ours had backed out, I actually spent so many sleepless nights thinking I had to break all my fixed deposits. I had to, even borrow money because the expenses were not going to be.
एक मिनिट त्यावेळेला हिच्याकडे व्हिडिओ होते अच्छा.
I told you it's a good business.
नाही पण मी ऍड अजून एक केलं की मला फ्रेंड्स कडे पण घ्यायचं होतं. So when I actually had lost my night's sleep when Mandira said we'll meet the sponsor. Next day we went and this company sponsored that entire West Indies series. So we had a balance amount which I had to collect from them. And after that series, when I went and met the lady, I said, and on the table there was this calendar, and it had Mandira Bedi on that calendar, This was Ask Me Jewelry. So I said, so Mandira advertises for y'all. So she said, let me tell you, she advertised for us, and the money that we were supposed to give her is what she has given your association.
Fantastic.
So I think good cause, good people find good people.
खरंच निलिमा यू आर राईट. आणि मी उदाहरण कदाचित चुकीचं देत असेन, मला त्याच्याबद्दल माफ करा. सुरुवातीला जेव्हा हे इन अ वे मॅरेज झालं विमेन्स क्रिकेट टू BCCI, मोठ्या घरची सून होती. म्हणजे तिला चांगले कपडे, मानदान, ज्वेलरी होती, पण मान नव्हता. तो मान इन अ वे किंवा ती क्लॅरिटी, ते इक्वॅलिटी जय शहानी दिली आहे.
Yes, so आम्ही नेहमी म्हणतो की the beginning was when Mr. Sharad Pawar was there. But the next biggest thing that happened was when Mr. Jay Shah was the secretary of BCCI. त्यांनी जे फॅसिलिटीज, पे पॅरिटी, जे मुलींना इक्वल मॅच फीज जे दिले, किंवा बऱ्याच म्हणजे सगळ्या सुविधा जशा लाईक द मेन
एव्हरीथिंग
इन्क्लुडिंग international matches, increased international matches. Then even the under-19 team which was preparing for the World Cup, the preparation of that team, I don't think any other country had it as good as India, and that is how the first 2 World Cups have been won by India. But हे जे facilities are, this obviously translated into good performance. But the biggest thing that happened when Mr. Jayasha was there was all the beginning of the Women's Premier League. So all these years there was, IPL for the men, but the Women's Premier League took it to another level.
And speaking about him, he doesn't leave anything half measures. He'll go all out. When he declares, I'm going to do it, he will do it. He's amazing that way for cricket as such. Initially, when he came, they were they were like, worried that how can he manage anything like this. But he has taken it to a different level, men's and women's cricket, and equal respect is given. So that is something which is creditable.
Nilima and Shubhangi, this is a long journey and we can go on and on and on. But more than 50 years of struggle, I would say, dreaming big for women's cricket. And then we come at this stage that our team winning the World Cup. काय म्हणजे तुमच्या भावना काय होत्या? पहिल्यांदा तू सांग कारण you were there.
Yes, we were there at DY Patil, and all of us were pressurizing in a way these girls right from 2005 that we have come so close. In 2017 we came so close. So we said, now this is it. This is the place to have it, and unless and until you cross that threshold, we are not going to get what we are expecting for women's cricket. This is the moment that you have to catch on, and everything came together, and we were fortunate. In fact, even again, they had invited all the captains to Guwahati for the opening match, and I mean, that is again creditable that we could go and see women's cricket where it has reached to a different level. And coming back to the finals, I mean, semi-finals, it started off with a must-win match against New Zealand. So we were there all these 3 matches, and the last match was icing on the cake. All of us, like, we had tears in our eyes. That's all I can tell about that moment. And the moment came when we went down, we were asked to come down. And when we went there, Harman, I mean, hats off to these girls, Sunandan, because, they were really thrilled, and they knew that they have achieved something which no one ever has in women's cricket in India. So, but they were so humble. We saw her touching the feet of the coach, and she gave us the cup. You deserve it, ma'am, is what she said. It was so humbling experience. We had tears in our eyes. Because getting recognition from a elated captain, so it was amazing.
Yeah, not many would have done that, So in fact, when they went on the victory lap, they first had Jhulan, Mithali and Anjum Chopra, who were from the media center, and then they came right around here, and then, like Nilu said, they said, hold the cup, So this was a fantastic gesture, but I really cannot describe what the feeling was. It was a dream come true. We wanted it all along, and like Nilu said, there were so many times, I think there must have been at least 5 or 6 times when we were so close. We lost by 5 runs, crucial games, or we lost, 2-3 times we'd come up to the finals and then not crossed it. So, but this time, I think there was something different in this team. There was that belief that they can do it. They never gave up till the last. They gave their 200%. And the kind of team spirit that we saw amongst them, I thought was just amazing. And I think the best part is that they when she said Herman touched the coach's feet, they all value what their support staff had also done, and I think it's been a bit of a holistic kind of a outcome. I mean, with all of them supporting each other. Jemmy also said when she was going through rough patch, she had some of the players backing her, and that made a lot of difference. So I think this entire World Cup actually, I have a sense of contentment now. It's not that we've won the World Cup, but it is us having won the World Cup.
कशी गंमत असते बघा. 80 साली मला वाटतं आम्ही ती एकत्र मॅच खेळलो होतो आणि आमच्या कोचनी दुसऱ्या दिवशी आम्हाला झापडलं होतं की लाज नाही वाटत मुलींबरोबर मॅच खेळत, बांगड्या घाला तुम्ही, आणि या बांगड्या घालायच्या नाही, तर आम्हाला घालायला लावत होतं. ह्यावरनं आज वर्ल्ड कप फायनल DY पाटील स्टेडियम, फुल स्टेडियम, म्हणजे ही स्वतः इतक्या हायर पोझिशनला असून सुद्धा हिला तिकीटं विकत घेऊन काही लोकांना द्यायला लागली होती. ही परिस्थिती, लोकांच्या अंगावरती जे निळे टी शर्ट होते त्याच्यामध्ये कोणाच्या पाठीवरती स्मृती मंदानाचं नाव होतं, कोणाच्या पाठीवरती हरमनप्रीत. मला इतकं बरं वाटतं आणि या दोघींचं म्हणजे दे आर इन अ वे रिप्रेझेंटेटिव्ह ऑफ विमेन्स क्रिकेट. तू सुद्धा इथं आहेस, तू 83, 84ला वगैरे ते सगळं बघितलेलं आहेस तू. इतकं समाधानाची गोष्ट आहे आणि त्या 50 वर्षाच्या जर्नीनंतर आज आपण गप्पा मारतोय की वर्ल्ड कप विनिंग टीमच्या रिप्रेझेंटेटिव्ह या म्हणून, विमेन्स क्रिकेटच्या रिप्रेझेंटेटिव्ह म्हणून गप्पा मारतोय. निलिमा, शुभांगी, थँक्यू सो मच. आपल्याकडे वेळ कमी आहे कारण 10 मिनटं आपल्याला क्वेश्चन आन्सरलाही ठेवायचे आहेत, त्यामुळे जर का कोणाला प्रश्न असतील तर तुम्ही नक्की विचारा. फक्त प्रश्न आहे विमेन्स क्रिकेटला रिलेटेड पाहिजे. हो, नाही तर तुम्ही म्हणाल विराटबद्दल काय वाटतं, मी बोलणार नाही.
नमस्कार, हनुमंत देशमुख, वाघोली, पुणे येथून. चंदू बोर्डे सरांनी 101 श्रेष्ठ क्रिकेटपटू म्हणून एक पुस्तक लिहिलं होतं, खूप छान क्रिकेटवर. माझी अशी इच्छा आहे की आता पुढचं जे पुस्तक आहे ते कधी येणार, ह्या वुमेन क्रिकेटच्या जर्नी अप टू सक्सेसपर्यंतचं.
वा, यांच्या कोर्टात बॉल टाकायलाच पाहिजे. बरोबर करतोस.
ॲक्च्युली हा छान प्लॅटफॉर्म आहे जिथे की आम्हाला यायला मिळालं. पहिल्यांदा असं वाटलं होतं की इतक्या सगळ्या लोकात आपण येणार ज्यांनी खरंच म्हणजे लिखाणामध्ये सेंचुरी मारलेली आहे आणि तिथे आम्ही जाऊन लुटूपुटूची बॅटिंग करणार तर कसं काय होणार. मग मी एक शांतपणे विचार केला की आपल्याला घाबरायचं कारण नाही, कारण आफ्टर ऑल ऑफ यू व्हॉट डू यू डू ॲज अ रायटर, यू टेल अ स्टोरी आणि वी हॅव सच अ फॅन्टॅस्टिक स्टोरी टू टेल. सो मग मला वाटलं की आपण वेगळं करायला जात नाही, पण हा क्वेश्चन आहे. आणि आम्ही जेव्हा असं बसून गप्पा मारतो तेव्हा खूप जण म्हणतात की तुम्ही लिहित का नाही ह्याबद्दल. तर
दोघींनाही लिहिता वाचता येतं. आणि नेक्स्ट.
नमस्कार, मी किशोर पेडणेकर. सगळी आता लेडीज क्रिकेटचा कसा इतिहास आपल्या डोळ्यासमोर सपाळ आपण ओपन केलात. खूप अभिमान वाटावा अशा सगळ्या गोष्टी होत्या. मला आता फक्त एवढंच वाटतं, याच वेळी आपल्या ब्लाइंड महिलांनी सुद्धा आपण वर्ल्ड कप घेतला होता.
येस,
त्यांची आठवण म्हणून
अग्रीड.
जसे तुम्हाला मी ज्यांनी सपोर्ट केला होता तसं मला यांना विचारायचं आपल्याला की आपण त्यांच्यापैकी कुणाची भेट घेतली होती का, त्यांच्या रिॲक्शन काय होत्या. कारण खरंच एक कठीण आहे की आपल्याला डोळ्याने दिसत नाही, म्हणजे त्या काय त्यांच्या फिलिंग्स होत्या. आपण जे पाहिलं मला तर त्याची पण आठवण झाली. हे सुद्धा एक ग्लोरियस
व्हेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. म्हणतात ना की शुभांगी म्हणली काहीतरी दैवी शक्ती आलेली आहे की चांगलेच दिवस क्रिकेटला आलेले आहेत असं समजूया. पण मला इथे एक छोटीशी गोष्ट सांगावीशी वाटते. जेव्हा मला एकदा मी खेळत असताना ब्लाइंड मुलांची मॅच होती, PYCवर होती, तर मला त्यांनी तिथे बोलवलं होतं चीफ गेस्ट म्हणून की सुरुवात करायला म्हणून नारळ फोडायला वगैरे. मी म्हटलं हे ब्लाइंड मुलं खेळणार आहेत, क्रिकेट खेळणार आहेत. तर हो, आणि मी जिथे ते गेले आणि मी पाहिलं की हे सगळेजण कसे काय खेळू शकतात, काही पार्शल असतात पण त्यांच्या त्या बिल्ले घातलेले असतात आणि ते आवाज करतात आणि ते खेळतात. सो इट वॉज सो डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी टू वॉच द गेम बिकॉज आय हॅड टिअर्स इन माय आईज. म्हणलं आपल्याला दृष्टी दिलेली आहे, आपल्याला दिसतंय आणि तरी आपण आऊट होतोय. आणि आय वूड थँक दोज ब्लाइंड बॉईज हू वर प्लेईंग देअर, कारण त्याच्यानंतर मी आऊट झाले नाही 2 वर्ष त्या दिवशी याच्यात. कारण मी म्हणलं आपण का आऊट होतो, आपण जर मॅच बॉल बघितला नाही, डोळ्याने दिले देवाने डोळे आणि आपण बॉल बघत नाही, तर म्हणून इट इज सिम्पली इनक्रेडिबल व्हॉट दे हॅव अचीव्ड हिअर. म्हणजे खरंच क्रिकेट
एवढाच अभिमान आहे खरोखर,
खरंच आहे. आणि
आपण ब्लाइंड रन म्हणतो, मनसूर अली खान पतौडी
हो
एका येस
हो हो
तोफखाना
खेळलेले बरोबर.
नाही. आणि आत्ता मला सांगायलाच छान वाटतंय की महाराष्ट्र क्रिकेट असोसिएशन पण खूप सुधारणा घडवून आणतंय आपल्या याच्यात क्रिकेटमध्ये मुली आणि मुलांमध्ये. आणि आत्ता सोलापूरला फ्रेंडली मॅचेस चालू आहेत आपल्या विमेन्सच्या आणि विमेन्स टीमच्या, महाराष्ट्र टीमच्या आणि मुंबई टीमच्या. तर तिथे त्यांनी ह्या ब्लाइंड, तिथे एक सोलापूरला मुलगी खेळते ह्या टीमची, ती सभासद होती आणि तिला बोलवून त्यांनी तिथे तिचा सत्कार केला.
वा वा.
सो येस, वी आर डुईंग अवर बिट.
अजून
I have a question.
बोल.
Good evening, ma'am. First of all, a very congratulations to both of you. As a woman, I also feel proud today. So you definitely deserve this congratulations. But in today, when kids or even like all of us get frustrated even for small things. So I would like to know from both of you, what was that one thing that kept you going, like when the going gets tough? So I mean, I was just listening your journey. So what was that one thing that really kept you pushing is my question.
So if you ask me about getting frustrated as far as the responses and all of people was concerned, we loved playing the sport and we actually didn't care what anybody else said. We liked playing, we liked being in each other's companies, learning from each other, and I think the passion is what kept us going. So no matter what, I don't think I ever got frustrated. I mean, I just ignored people who didn't go along with us. We have somebody like Sunandan here who has been our champion right from the beginning. So when there were people who were against women's cricket, we had people like him who were supporting us. So there were people who were supporting us, there were some who were not, but that I think happens at in every aspect. So we never got frustrated with that.
घेऊ अजून 2 क्वेश्चन घेऊ. बोला.
Mine is more like an observation, and because we are in a media setting and you all are here, I just wanted to know, because literally we have grown up with you. We know the times. We also tried our hand at it at police ground, and of course went our ways. But there were these names that were very much in the limelight that time. Dinah Edalji.
Yeah.
She was somebody whom we all knew. But we had a Pune Herald in Pune, and we had to look for Shubhangi, Kulkarni and Nilima Barve. Correct? Why didn't Pune get that media presence when we had so many good players back then? And do you regret that y'all were not, I mean, your contribution is tremendous. Why is Pune overlooked, and is it changing now? And would that have helped you all to get sponsors or get that, that limelight that was required at that time to, really take this whole thing to the next level? This is my question in hindsight for you, because, we knew all this was happening, but I always felt when I read the papers that, we were not getting the kind of attention it deserved back then. Was it because it was Pune versus Mumbai, or what was it? I mean,
It's the case everywhere. We really had to struggle to get our names in the papers. Not that we were not happy when our names came, and they always mistook my name. They called me Nilima Kulkarni because it used to be Kulkarni 11 at some time. So they would name anything. When I went to East to play, they would call me Nilima Barua. So it was never spelled. So even the scorers would make such mistakes. But those were the baby steps that we were taking. And today what we see is a tremendous cricket that we see now. So see, everyone has its own glory, part of glory. We can't regret what has happened because we came through that grill, and that's why we are seeing today's cricket. So we are proud of that. So there's no regret that our names were not there. And if it comes to collecting money, she will talk about that.
No, I don't think, we actually never bothered whether our name came out or not. In fact, we didn't even know our scores. So for the longest time, when the WCI was there, we don't even have our data. We didn't know how many runs we scored, how many wickets we took.
Stats.
So the stats was not available at that time. Nobody looked at the bottom line. But today things are so different, particularly because you have analysts and all, So all that is looked at. Coming to the publicity, the way I looked at it is, in the initial 2-3 years, whether it was Dinah, whether it was Shanta, there were 2-3 names which got a lot of publicity, and those are the names that have, kind of stuck. But they did a lot also for women's cricket, and after that, I think it's now that the social media is there. You hear about a lot of girls, and then you have household names.
बोला. Last two.
हॅलो मला 84-85ची आठवण होती आहे. मला तुम्हाला बघून म्हणजे इतकं असं एक कुठेतरी गोईंग बॅक टू दोज डेज. जेव्हा वेन आय वॉज अ प्रेसिडेंट त्यावेळेला ॲज यू राईटली सेड की आम्ही सुद्धा मुंबईला जाऊन सगळ्या ठिकाणी फंड्स गोळा करायचो. आणि त्यावेळेला आणि तुम्ही इथे खेळत असायचा, लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट्स. आणि तेव्हा इनफॅक्ट तुमची जेव्हा ऑस्ट्रेलियाची मॅच होती त्यावेळेला we had called Ajit Wadekar as a chief guest. त्याच्यामुळे felt nice.
Hi.
Sir, myself Dr. Pritam from College of Agriculture, Pune. My question to both of these legends is that how much you have to stretch this long inning of women's cricket so that one day we can know that the chairperson of BCCI is some woman is heading that charge and or chief selector is from that. How much time it will take?
I think there are changes. We have somebody in the Apex Council now. We have a female in the IPL governing council.
I really don't know who is she. Nilima कोण आहे ग? IPL ला तुम्हाला खेळायचं आहे का हिला भेटा नंतर?
That has to happen first time, has to be Shubhangi Kulkarni.
So I think the process has kind of begun. It has taken a little time, but I'm quite sure it will happen sometime.
Yeah.
वन लास्ट रेणू. मी थोडं आपल्या भारताच्या स्वातंत्र्य संग्रामातली काही उदाहरणं वापरून बोलणार होतो. प्रश्न नाही आहे माझा. तुम्ही जेव्हा BCCI मध्ये मर्ज झालात, मला वाटतं तुम्ही एक प्रकारे क्रांतिकारक होतात आपल्या क्रांतीसाठीचे. आणि तो दिवस आता स्वातंत्र्य दिन होता, आणि ज्या दिवशी आपण आज वर्ल्ड कप जिंकलेला आहे तो आपला प्रजासत्ताक दिन आहे.
वाह वेल सेड. आणि
उद्या जेव्हा प्रेसिडेंट BCCIचा होईल तेव्हा आणखीन एखादा आपला दिवस आपल्याला साजरा करावा येईल. लवकरच येईल अशी माझी शुभेच्छा. विजय दिवस असेल.
I'm Manjiri Gokhale Joshi. My question is to Shubhangi Tai. When you led India number of times, multiple times, some you win, some you lose, we all know. But nobody talks about the loss, right? So when you went back into the changing room, as a leader, what did you tell yourself and what did you tell the team which made them try again?
Look, I think in sport, there is winning and losing. So it is part of the sport. You generally, motivate them by telling them about the, good times that you've had, the times that you've won. And unless you stand up again and fight, you're not going to win. So you keep talking about, the like I said, the positives that you've had before. the matches that you've played. You keep reminding them of that and motivating them to do better the next time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.